today was a lot, not gonna lie. Today was a lot, and I feel like the first half wasn't too bad, and then the second half really started to pick up a lot, which I've seen that's kind of the pattern, so. Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. If you are new, my name is Icie, and I'm so happy to have you here. So I figured I would do a few days in my life as a legal assistant, and I would show you some of the more stressful times as a legal assistant. So right now is the first day that I will be by myself as a legal assistant in basically my department. We have multiple legal assistants at our firm, and obviously all the legal assistants have different responsibilities, different roles that they are assisting with, and my role specifically deals with onboarding the other legal assistant that is usually there, and our role, I can't even speak, it's too early in the morning. Our role is pretty much dual performed, where we work closely together to get this role done. Well, this week and starting next week, I will be by myself for about a week. She is gone today, which is Wednesday, and will be returning next Thursday. So I wanted to show you guys a few days of what this is gonna be like, because I have already had a super stressful week at work. I've had multiple breakdowns, so I can't guarantee that you won't see a few in this vlog. My plan is to film Wednesday, today, Thursday, and Friday. I think I want to show you guys a little bit of each day, which I haven't done before. I've only done a daily vlog as a legal assistant, so I think it'll be interesting to show you guys bits and pieces of each day, and I'm anticipating that these next few days, or at least the first few while she's out, are going to be hectic. And if any of you guys are in a similar position, or you're also going through stressful times at work, then we can stress together, and hopefully this video can give you a little bit of comfort and make you feel a little less alone. I know definitely vlogging is honestly kind of helping me get through this stressful time, because I feel like I have an online community of friends that I'm sharing this experience with. Show you my outfit of the day. Wearing something pretty simple, just some skinny jeans, this cotton tank top, and then I threw on my favorite cardigan because it is a little bit gloomy outside, and this is just nice to feel warm in the office because it can get a little bit cold. Let's go have a good day at work, hopefully, and let's try not to stress ourselves out, but yeah. Wanted to talk to you guys about the fear of failure and the fear of letting people down, because I think definitely this past week and in anticipation of the other legal assistant leaving, I've definitely been feeling a lot of doubt and anxiety over being on my own, and I've realized that that anxiety really stems from a deep place of insecurity and not feeling like I have what it takes to do it by myself. Like, I'm very comfortable with what I do and having someone there to go to if I have questions. So I feel like this week is really going to challenge me to get out of my comfort zone and trust my skills, because I think sometimes at work, when we know that there is someone that we can always go to ask questions, or that there's someone that can kind of take over, it gives us a sense of security. But of course, people take vacations, they get sick, or an emergency happens, so we have to be prepared to do things on our own. And so this week is really going to challenge me, and I'm nervous. Like, I'm still pretty nervous. I think the first few days are going to be a little bit rough and a little bit hectic, but I'm hoping that by the end of this week, And by next week, I'll feel a little bit more confident in my abilities and in my skills. But I just kind of wanted to throw this in here in case any of you ever get doubtful of your skills, or if you ever get imposter syndrome and think that you don't have what it takes. You know, I totally understand that, and I empathize with you, because it's a day-to-day thing that I struggle with, where some weeks and months I feel really confident, and then when a new challenge comes in, I feel like I kind of start from back to square one, especially since, you know, I haven't been a legal assistant for very long. I started in January and it's now October, so a little less than a year. So it's really not that much experience, and sometimes I do have to remind myself that you're trying your best, you know, you're not going to learn everything, and it takes some people probably years and a few months to get to a point where they feel really confident as a legal assistant. I mean, I can only speak for my own self, but I would imagine for other people as well that it takes time to really build that confidence, and also just general knowledge about different legal terms and how the process works. All those things, it takes time, and sometimes I forget about that I've only been in this role a little less than a year. But wanted to share that and those feelings in case any of you feel that way at your job. It's totally normal. But okay, finally, let's go get some lunch. I'm starving, and then I will catch up with you guys a little bit later. I think something for me that's going to help me throughout this really stressful week, and maybe some advice that I would give if you're dealing with a particularly stressful time, is to try and be good at drinking water and eating 3 meals. I know that when things get really busy in life, not just in work, but just in general, we tend to neglect our basic needs of just like hydrating, eating enough, things like that. And so that's something that I am trying to remind myself, that even in these times, it's even more important to hydrate and eat properly, because I need to be my best, most focused self now that I am the only person in the department for just a week, not that long. But you know, I think it's easy to be like, oh, I'm too busy to eat, I'm too busy to drink water, and it's almost like this badge of honor that you were so stressed out or busy that you didn't eat the whole day. But I think that can actually make your work productivity and just your general mood worse. So definitely eat and hydrate if you're having a really stressful week. So it's about time for me to head back, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that, and hopefully the rest of the day isn't too crazy, but that's all we can really expect, and then I'll catch up with you guys in a little bit. Today's Wednesday vlog here, and then follow up with you guys tomorrow. I am pretty tired. It's currently 7:04 p.m. So I did about an hour of overtime just because throughout the day I was drafting retainers back to back, and a lot of them were VIP clients that needed to get sent out ASAP. So I was busy with that, and so pretty much the remainder of the evening, like the last hour, I was catching up with emails, the things that I wasn't able to get to throughout the day because I was busy drafting the contracts, like I said. So I am gonna finally head home. I'm exhausted, and then I will catch up with you guys tomorrow morning. Today was a lot, not gonna lie. Today was a lot, and I feel like the first half wasn't too bad, and then the second half really started to pick up a lot, which I've seen that's kind of the pattern. With that said, we made it through the first day, and I will see you guys in the morning. Hello guys, and welcome to day 2 of a stressful work week in my life. I'm looking up, by the way, just in case I see any coworkers come down the stairs. I don't want them to see me obviously filming and talking to myself. But yeah, so work is still stressful. Actually, I would say work was more stressful today so far in the morning than it was yesterday, which kind of sucks. I was hoping that it would get better, but it didn't. But I'm hoping though the rest of the day will be a little bit more calm. I basically had to redraft and resend a bunch of client fee contracts that I had worked on yesterday, and most of them were just clerical errors, and somehow there were misspellings on attorney referrals and things like that, so I had to resend them, which was stressful. But I was able to resend them, so hopefully there's no more issues. And this morning I also had my 7 a.m. workout with my trainer, and honestly I wasn't even thinking of going. I felt like I couldn't sleep last night because of the anxiety and stress, and I was thinking of rescheduling, but he wasn't available on Saturday, so I was like, you know what? Let me just go, because I feel like if I stay in bed for the morning, all I'm gonna do is overthink and think about how stressed I feel. So in the moment, going to the gym did help me out. Some of you might be wondering, like, is it worth it to be a legal assistant? Because I always talk about how stressed I am. And to be honest, here are my true honest thoughts. I think it's really helpful. I think you learn a lot. It requires you to handle different tasks all at the same time. You're put in very high pressure environments, for example, drafting contracts to attorneys. These are obviously legal documents, so you don't want to mess up on them. So there's things like that where I do feel like it does help with your skills, and I feel like if you're interested in becoming a lawyer, I definitely 1000% think that you should get hands-on experience before, you know, going to law school and spending money on that. So I do think it's worth it because you learn a lot, and at least for me, I'm the type of person that I really need to try something out myself before making a determination on whether or not it's for me. But yeah, that's kind of a recap of today. I just finished my lunch. I don't know how much I'm gonna be able to film, honestly, because most of it is kind of the same of what I showed you guys yesterday. Like, I'm just in my office literally. Yesterday I did do some overtime. I stayed for about an hour, and I'm hoping I don't have to stay that late, but it all depends on how many acceptances we get and how many new clients, you know, we have to onboard. All of those things determine how much work I am gonna have, but I think I'm gonna go for a walk for the rest of my lunch. I have about 15 minutes and I want to get some fresh air outside. It is almost 7:30 p.m. and I'm finally clocking out. There's a few things that I didn't get to, but they're not as urgent, so I am just telling myself that, you know what, you need a break. And honestly, I really do like my hand. Have you guys ever been at a computer so long that your hand like feels really numb almost? Yeah. And then I honestly can't even form words right now. Like, my brain is so fried, but I wanted to officially like end today's vlog, and tomorrow is Friday, so hopefully it's not as hectic, but something tells me that it's probably just gonna be just as stressful or even more so. But as you can see, it is already dark out. I'm not gonna show you guys like fully out there for privacy reasons, but you can see that it's fully dark out. So I'm gonna clock out and finally head home and probably take some aspirin because my head hurts. So anyway, I'll see you guys tomorrow morning. Good morning, you guys. It is currently Friday, day 3 of this hectic week in my life. So last night I couldn't sleep at all, like literally could not sleep. I had way too much anxiety, but you know, it is what it is. At least it's Friday. And one thing also is just like the cherry on top is that I am on my period, which actually I am not upset about, because I feel like this whole time I have just been feeling obviously super emotional. If you saw my previous video, my heart to heart, I definitely think anticipation for my period, like whenever I'm starting to feel really emotional, I know it's because my period is coming. So I feel like it's kind of a relief in a way, because now I know like why I was feeling extra emotional on this week. It's just kind of ironic how it happens to be during one of my most stressful weeks of work, but again, you know, can't change anything about it. I am really excited for this weekend because I am seeing my family this weekend in OC. We're going to be doing a family fall photo shoot, so I feel like that's going to just kind of be my motivation for the day, is that I have something to look forward to Also, we're gonna be seeing my grandpa in the nursing home because he hasn't been doing too well, so we're gonna stop and visit him on Sunday morning, so I'm excited for that. But yeah, we almost made it through this week. So, oh my gosh, I'm like really tired, but I am going to grab my bag and then yeah, we will continue on this day. I am also running a little bit late, but honestly, I feel like I'm gonna stay overtime, I feel like anyway. And our manager, office manager, is not even in office. There's like no one in office right now because everyone's on vacation, so I'm not stressing about it. It's like the least of my worries at this point. My office is also super chill about not having to get in exactly at the time, you know, as long as you get your work done, that's like the most important thing. But anyway, I'm gonna put the camera down and then I will hopefully be able to update you guys later on in the day. This is Elisa calling call. I'm doing well, thank you. How are you? Hello guys, it is finally Friday. We made it through the week. I can't believe it. It has been honestly the most stressful week ever since I've been at this law firm. I am gonna say, what is it? Wednesday and Thursday were definitely the hardest. I think yesterday was the most stressful. I ended up staying about like an hour and a half or so, just like trying to catch up with work. But today was the first day where I actually felt like things went smoothly. I felt like I could see a light at the end of the tunnel and things for the most part were smooth. Like it was busy in the morning and then throughout the day it kind of slowed down a bit. So I'm feeling a little bit better. Figured since this could be the end of the vlog possibly, I would kind of give you guys my final thoughts on how I felt. I also feel like in a weird way I needed to go through this because drafting contracts and answering client questions was something that I was always really scared of and really fearful of. Like it would give me such anxiety whenever the other legal assistant would be out and I'd be covering for her. Like I kind of knew how to do it, but I didn't feel 1000% confident in it. So I feel like as stressful as these past few days have been, I feel like it did kind of force me to make the mistakes but also learn a lot. So I think that's one silver lining that I can take away from this really stressful experience, is that it also kind of made me realize like how we really tend to underestimate ourselves. Like I really felt like I was gonna mess up a lot during this week and make a lot of mistakes, and granted I did. I had to resend a few things and, you know, kind of backtrack a little bit, which was frustrating in the moment, but I also feel like I surprised myself in how much I was able to get done and how I was able to adapt, as stressful as it was. So hopefully this gives you guys inspiration that even if you're going through a really stressful time and it sucks in the moment, that at least when you come out of it, you can gain that experience and, you know, you kind of have that knowledge. But anyway, enough of the rant. I'm gonna go home and enjoy my weekend, and if this is the end of the vlog, I hope you enjoyed it, and if not, then I'll see you next week.